The Omnic Weekly. Welcome everyone. It is Sunday, July 12th, and this is episode 198 of the Omnic Weekly. I am D. Damesies, and this week I'm joined by Akila.
Hello.
Oh, that was a very close to the microphone, like the suave. And we have Pog, of course, all the way from Australia.
Hello.
There we go.
I thought we were,
Did I set a tone here?
close mic, yeah.
Did we start
We're leaning forward today.
Yeah,
We're going
do.
to do deep podcast voices. Okay.
I do
radio.
have a voice line that says Akila After Dark. So
Oh, yeah,
not
that's it.
said by me.
Omnic Weekly After Dark, that would be something where we just talk like this the whole time. So Reinhard has this one summer skin. You can see his chest. What the hell is up with that?
I feel like the last podcast was a bit after dark with that content. Can I tell you?
Was
There's
it?
a lot of.
I don't remember. What did we talk about?
Yeah, I also don't
I feel
remember.
like there was a lot of adult. I don't know. I just have general themes in my head. I can't remember what we talked about, but I just remember Akila being very excited.
Oh,
about
yeah.
it.
But see, that is the thing. If you do a podcast
What
with
was I
Akila, that
excited
is like the bottom, like there's going to be...
That's every
Yes, there's going to be spice included. Spice included. It's a little label I had to add to the logo of the podcast. Is spice included because Akila is part of it now. So
Yeah,
that's the way it rolls.
spicy peppers.
Spiced up. It's the Brazilian influence.
Ooh. It's the genes. I can't help it.
Okay. I don't know.
I love
bring-
it. I love
I don't know what your
There was-
pants.
Spice.
I don't know what
What
your
do
pants have
we
to do
bring?
with it, but anyways.
No, I love that. I saw a meme, a World Cup related meme that's like Mexico and Brazil are out, which is sad news for sexy people everywhere. And I was like, fine.
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, you'll take it. I won't. You know what I mean. But anyways, happy to hear you guys. We had to skip a week because of this is, of course, it's summertime. Well, for us, it's summer. For Pog, it's wintertime. But I mean, it's like the July and August are really difficult months to get people together. That's just a fact. People are. Frozen is off on vacation. She is somewhere in Finland eating cake at the lake. That's all we know for now. When we have more information, we'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, people have been going to cons. People have been going to Portugal. People have just been having issues with their PC. It's just been a mess. So we had to skip a week, but we're back.
And those are absolutely hypothetical
Oh
examples.
yeah, those are not true examples at all. Nobody went to Portugal. Nobody went to con, and my PC did definitely not break down. But yeah, that means that the episode 200 is moved back a week too. But that's fine. That gives us more time to try and figure out what we're going to do.
Ooh, I have a surprise in store that I've been working on for a couple of weeks already.
So that gives you an extra week to work on that, and I think you're going to need it.
Exactly. I will.
Yeah, I know what it is, guys, and yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
This.
I know
No one
some.
tells me anything.
No, we deliberately said let's not tell Pog. We had a meeting about it.
Oh.
The meeting took like 90 minutes. It was kind of insane, though. We kept repeating.
It could have
the
been
same
an
thing.
email.
Wouldn't be the first angry meeting about me.
It could have been an email, let's be fair.
The Pog has made it into a brand to just rage bait everybody as much as possible. It's beautiful.
Listen, I will defend Pog because I think the people who are rage baited deserve it.
Yeah. I
The
think
people who
I think
get
we all
angry
defend Pog.
about those
I just-
things.
I just hold a mirror, guys. I just like, a bit of self-reflection. A bit of reflection is in order sometimes.
Yeah.
And if people get angry about that reflection, that's on them.
Exactly. You're just looking at yourself, you fools. Well, and a bit of Photoshop, but I mean, who cares? But anyways, the fact that we had to skip a week does give us a lot to talk about. There's a lot that happened. I almost feel like, did we talked right after the start of the season, and now we're like a few days away from the mid-season update. These seasons just fly by faster and faster. Are we getting old? Is that it?
As well.
Okay.
That's one of the things.
Okay.
I'm aging backwards, so
Are you?
Big views.
You're like what is it,
Yeah.
Benjamin Button thing?
Benjamin Button, yeah.
I don't know. Every time I tell my stream my age, it lowers instead of.
So they believe you, though.
Definitely not. But
I love that. If your how do you say that? If your mental age goes down every time you do something, that is a medical situation that needs to be taken care of.
Oh yeah, see a doctor.
Yeah.
I should. Yeah, it's been a while.
There's exercises that you can do to help with that. Gaming is apparently
That's
very good for that.
Sudoku. Gaming, yeah, gaming keeps you young, guys. Play Overwatch, keep you young.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I was going to say gaming does help with reflexes and cognitive function, but it depends on the game. There's a part of me that feels that Overwatch is not it.
Why not?
I think
do
Overwatch
so.
does destroy some parts of my brain on the day, depending on what happens.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It depends on how much you watch the chat. That's basically it. But I think all the rest of it is definitely a good exercise. I mean, I would advise any granddad or grandma to give it a try and let me film it for content. That would be nice.
Oh my
Content.
God, please.
We're talking about content, guys. We currently still have the community card. I think it's going to be the last 2 days. After today is going to be on Tuesday. That is going to be gone. I have been playing it so much to the point where I don't think I've played since the community card was added. I don't think I've played like more than 3 games in the normal game modes. I've just been sticking to that game mode. And it's just been having so much fun with it. Is there like anything that you guys feel like if you could pick one of all the things that are in there that you could take along to the core game mode on Tuesday, that Blizzard tells you like, all right, Pog, Aquila,
Yeah.
you guys have been very nice to us with your lovely podcast. You guys can choose which one is going to stick around. You each can
I
pick
think
one.
you should keep the Ana jetpack is pretty nice, very good, very funny. I don't know if it works well with her hero fantasy because an old lady with a jetpack, her poor knees when she lands. I'm not sure how that would work.
No,
but,
there's a lot of stuff that I'm worried about. I'm worried about the fact that her and Reinhardt are dating. I think that is going to be way harder on her body than anything else.
I was going to say that her and Reinhardt dating is a bigger problem than her landing on a jetpack.
I didn't even think about the mechanics of all of that.
Have you seen how that man pushes people against the wall?
Yes. How he charges off, how he does everything. Have you seen him dance with his hammer? Just replace that hammer with Ana. She's going to be like a rag.
Listen.
Oh my God.
I want to make a big flashing announcement here that D started this. Don't you blame Aquila for like Aquila is the horny one always. He's the one that said that. I had not thought about that.
Yes, you had.
No,
I hadn't.
And I'm not even talking about the carnal act. I was just talking about the dancing, the hugging,
The what now?
The whole them doing the beast with 2 packs. No, I'm just talking about them just boogieing, dancing, sitting at a table romantically. That is just a challenge. I know because my girlfriend is also she's normal sized. I'm a huge man. She has to look up all the time. I think someday she won't be able to look down anymore because she's always looking up at me. Stuff like that. I didn't. Look, don't put this on me, Akila. You are the holy one.
It is on you. No, it is on you.
It's
This
definitely
is
on
on
you,
you.
mate.
And I was going to say when I actually played Ana in a jetpack because we have jetpack hat. Obviously, my mind went to jetpack cat, jetpack Ana, and I actually think it fits with the hero fantasy a little bit, just because it's not jetpack cats, it's jetpack.
Oh! Can we rewind because that was a lot of chapap. It's starting to sound like
Ana's jetpack
Star Wars
is
character.
not jetpack cat's jetpack. Is actually Farah's suit.
Virus, yeah.
So it makes sense that, like, you know, like Farah, Ana could have, you know, her suit, a Farah
Mother
suit.
like daughter.
Yeah.
Wait, where do you make the connection that it's Farah's suit? The jets seem to be coming out of her rear end.
The fuel, the noises.
It's just the way, the mechanics of it.
The mechanics, yeah.
The
But
mechanics
the
and the
visual
noises
aspect is
as
just
well.
like, I mean, she might be very
There is
gassy.
a visual aspect. She's floating.
I think I'm going to be a nice guy and say that it comes out of her boots, her shoes, but it looks more like it's coming from her rear end.
Dee, where is your mind today?
I'm just stating facts here. The first time I saw her flying off, I was like, what the hell is happening to that old lady? Did she just release one and set it in fire and Bye-bye. Anyways, and so you're going for the jetpack Anna. I find it to be funny to look at. I think it's practical in game too, but I'm worried about the hero fantasy in the sense of, okay, she can take Farah's jetpack, but I think she's a little, I don't know if she can deal with it physically. But yeah, I mean, that's your choice. You had the choice. Good choice.
I'm going to be really honest here. Unlike you, I didn't play the mode enough to remember most of them. I remember that when I first started playing the mode, I was steamrolled so many times because it felt so broken that I was like, I don't want to do this. This is painful. And when I came back to you actually playing with you, the heroes that I played were very similar to what they normally are, that most of the time I forgot it was the community crafted mode.
Oh, yeah.
So, for example, I played a lot of Ashe. And so that's the thing. I think there are two types of heroes in this mode. One is the game breaking one of like, oh, there's an Ana and she's flying, which is completely different. And Ashe, for example, the dynamites are sticky with which can be very useful, but it doesn't feel completely game breaking. And I did like the exploding bob because it can be in my level of ranking, which is low. It can be really frustrating when you throw a bob and they do just obliterate it. At least the bob bomb adds a little bit of like, okay, there is some danger there. But it didn't feel game breaking, you know what I mean? So most of the time when I was playing Ashe in the community crafted, I forgot that it wasn't regular Ashe.
I think that is good. I think that is good that they have those changes in that are not game breaking. That's a good balance.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But what I mean is exactly like I didn't see a lot of middle ground. It's either small tweaks that you could think like maybe they're testing some of this, or like, and this is really fun and goofy. Remember April's Fool? Almost like we're trying to turn your attention away from the stuff that we're testing.
Yeah, I mean, like Batiste, I find like they did something experimental with him that is impactful, that is more than just a change, but it isn't breaking in the sense of, it's not silly. It's literally an attempt of, okay, how can we make it more interesting? And for me, I think Life Fever is also in the same category. By the way, something I completely underestimated with Ashe, because you were talking about Ashe, what the impact is of a dynamite that ticks for 20 seconds.
Oh yeah, you forget about it.
But the thing is, if you come around the corner and there's like a piece of dynamite right there, you don't know if it's like in second 15, if it's in second 4. So you're just like, what the fuck do I do with this thing? Okay, I'm going to walk around because it could go off any moment. And that level of stress that it added is something I did not, when I read the patch notes, I was like, okay, 20 seconds. Okay, I guess I don't know why. Now I understand. Jesus Christ, that thing has gotten scary. Like the dynamite that you leave behind is going to get someone PTSD, and she's going to distress us. It's too much to handle. What is up with this dynamite? Explode already! I need to
so much.
There were so many fun things about this patch. Like, I really liked the Baptiste one too. Did you guys play that? Where you had like a little tiny little window to shoot through the amplification, and then the ultimate was a gigantic immortality field.
I like that one. I like that one. I think that is a good attempt at changing Baptiste and making him more interesting and giving him more of like because the amplification field. If you play Baptiste, you put it up. You're the only one shooting through it because all the rest is all over the place. And you have this one every 2 minutes. You have this one amplification field. If you have it like every 15 seconds, you don't give a shit if everybody's shooting through it because you get a new one in 15 seconds. And you can make it work then. So that makes a difference.
The Baptiste changes are the ones that felt to me one of the ones that made most sense that they would want to implement or at least test. Because watching a lot of pro gaming or really high level gaming, the immortality field normally actually has a lot more impact than the ult, which by definition should not be like that, right? The ult should be the thing that the hero does that has, if not the most, a lot of impact. And when you're watching people play Baptiste, the immortality field is the game changer is the win condition. A good Baptiste is the person who knows when to deploy the immortality field and juggle that cooldown very well. So it kind of felt really appropriate that would become an ult. and not in the same parameters, of course, like a more empowered immortality field. And that was a change that I could see being really exploited in a good way and really like played with in higher levels.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that is definitely a very good candidate. I find the Life Weaver changes for me too, because Life Weaver has been designed with this idea of his practical support, the platforms, the yoinking, everything, that was going to be his strength, and that it was going to be, but most people don't know how to use it in a proper way. It just becomes this kind of bad timing, yoinking someone just as they're about to ult and all that kind of stuff. And by pushing his damage a little more and giving him a little more kind of that hybrid feel, or pushing that hybrid feel of him, instead of just making him a heal bot at some point, I think that was kind of an interesting direction. I enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed playing Life Weaver quite a lot.
Well, he's getting a rework, right?
Yep.
Like, well, he's slated up for a rework along with Roadhog and Sombra.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I don't know. Is this a hint towards something? I'm not sure. I feel like they wouldn't put a whatever rework in this sort of mode. I'm not convinced they would, but
They would.
I
think they could maybe not obviously put the rework, but maybe try some mechanics to see how they fall with the game as the game is now. So, for example, I'm one of the people that really missed the Sombra teleport the way that it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt really satisfying to play it like that. So I don't think they pushed the rework, but I think there might be some mechanics that are like, let's see how this goes with the state of the game. But
definitely. I mean, this is a community crafted mode, but there's definitely influence of the developers, and there's definitely choices that were made by the developers that were snuck in to try some stuff. I'm almost certain that happened, because it's an opportunity that they only get so many times. I mean, we are supposed to still get, come to think of it, on the roadmap image, there was a quick play hacked that was still planned for this season. Mm-hmm. So that could still happen, and see what they do there. But
that could be another hint.
But this is just these modes like April Fools. This one, the one they did for Mirror Watch. Mm-hmm. Those are really good testing grounds or seeding grounds for changes to heroes that are fun and interesting.
We were talking about the support heroes, and a couple of changes that absolutely are not staying, and I adored, was Jetpack Cat. Was so much fun to play. She was such a menace. I know that we are all bored by the Jetpack Cat Bastion meta. I'm not advocating for them to stay, but to be able to be that aggressive with Jetpack Cat was so fun. Because also, I think that some people that might be listening might not have played this mode as much, and also might not know. So I think we should also say what changes we're talking about. But Jetpack Cat, she was so much faster, but like so much faster for so much longer. But also her ult became a bunch of grenades. So she doesn't need the Bastion. She can do it herself. So I absolutely would hate for that to be in a game, because, like I said, she's already a menace and they had to nerf her. But in this mode that things can be a bit wacky, oh my God, I love playing her so much. It was just like, I would, the Rio flanker, the Rio flanker and the Rio mosquito was Jetpack Cat, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Do you think... I agree with you. The was the Zoomies? I think the Zoomies was way
the Zoomies, and the names. I love the names so much. But I don't know. I hope that someone is listening. Please tell the person who names the perks. They are amazing. I love them.
But I don't know if they're not thinking about, because one of the reasons, and that is a thing with Overwatch, sometimes heroes will get banned just because of one ability, one thing that they do. And I think with Jetpack Cat, the reason that people are so upset is the ult, like the dragging people off and dropping them somewhere feels like such a spit in the face. It is so difficult to avoid. There's like a lot of stuff that people feel stressed about. I mean, it's not that difficult to avoid. You just swing a hammer, you shoot at it.
Just shoot it, yeah.
But in the end, because of the circumstances, the way it happens, that is often, or people just not knowing, it kind of adds a lot of frustration, and I think that is something they want to avoid. They don't want to get another Sombra situation going. They don't want to get another, I don't know what other heroes are there that have these really specific abilities that bother people. So I don't know if this, maybe it was like them thinking out of the box and going like, or someone
maybe she has a different alt.
Maybe we can give her a different alt that is less kind of, I mean, it's funny, and I know Alex said it. He loves that. He loves doing that. It's one of his favorite things about Jetpack Cat. If not his favorite thing about Jetpack Cat is dragging people off. But on the other hand, there's no much use to giving here's an ability that is fun if they get banned every time you're trying to play competitive.
I think it's sort of like those sort of ultimates. It's the same with, like in Marvel Rivals with Jeff when you get gobbled up. It sort of takes it just takes all control. Well, I guess it's less so with Jetpack Cat, but when you sort of feel out of control and just like your death is inevitable, but it comes slowly rather than quickly. Yeah. It's I think that's the feeling. Like, I'd rather just be grenaded and die rather than like be picked up and then I got to sit here for 10 seconds while this cat takes me off an edge and I pretend to fight, but I have got no tools to get out of this situation, or just pray that your team saves you. But it's that sort of like inevitability and extended death is probably the vibe.
Definitely.
I think the problem though, the Overwatch sits in a weird place, weird for lack of a better word, of course, that I absolutely agree with both of you that is the frustration of most regular players in terms of like, we all said that like most people are in the silver, gold, plat scenario. And yes, if you are gold and you get picked up by a cat, the chances of you being able to aim at it and kill it before it drags you out of the map are small. But I think the problem that we found with Jetpack Cat but Overwatch is also a competitive game that has like pro esports and a World Cup and this and that. And the problem is that in that kind of bracket, the problem is not the ult at all. The problem is the carrying thing with Bastion and the way that Cat Noon is a thing. So that's the thing. Jetpack Cat sits in this place that she's very frustrating for the low level players because of her ult. But the thing that makes her really a problem in more competitive game playing, Overwatch playing, is actually her carrying ability and the fact that she flies. And if you take those three things from her, she doesn't exist. She's just a cat. So that's the thing. I think that at the same time that they could be thinking, oh, let's give her a different ult and most people will be less frustrated. Yes, it wouldn't actually solve the problem of what people are actually trying to do with Jetpack Cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
So I hope that they find like either. I think that Sombra is a hero that the way that I see it is that she is annoying because she's a flanker and she's disruptive and she disrupts your ability, but that is the core of the character. And if you play a team game as a team, she's not that hard to counter. If you just look back at your Ana who's just been hacked, you can 2v1 the Sombra and mostly deal with her. And then I'm kind of hoping that Jetpack Cat sits in that category of like, yes, she's annoying, but if you play the game as a team game, she doesn't have to be deleted from the game. You know what I mean? She won't, but I would hate to see Jetpack Cat being the next hero that gets 4,000 reworks and is still banned 90% of the time.
Yeah, I mean,
do I see?
Go ahead.
I was saying, like, I can't remember. I feel like I don't see Sombra banned in my games anymore. Like, I play a lot of ranked. And in meta ranks, I just feel like there's so many other higher priority targets for bans at the moment. And Sombra and Jetpack Cat don't really get a look in very much. At least I see. I see Dominator a lot. I see Arnrun a lot. So it's like, I don't know. But maybe that right now, Sombra's issue is she's not as viable or not as strong. She's both. I don't know.
I find the same in my comp games. Sombra and Jetpack Cat are not banned anymore because they're not played.
Yeah, no.
In my level, they're not played that much. Unrun, though, as a support main, is a freaking nightmare. I ban her a lot. She's a lot of fun, but like as a support main, in an elo that the team doesn't look back and you get flanked and you're like, there's an unrun here, dead. By the way, there's an unrun here. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, that flank is far more scary than a Sombra.
Yeah, agreed. Much agreed.
Yeah, and in the community crafting mode, they actually buffed her quite substantially. She's extra strong on run. Which
What about you, D? You didn't. I know you made a video about it. I watched it, but what would you keep?
I think the one, if I had to pick one hero, it would be Life Weaver. Like I think
pick 3.
Pick 3. I picked 10. What else did I pick?
I know, but you know, maybe some people didn't watch the video. Go and watch his video.
I think on support, I would pick the Life Weaver change. On tank, I would pick the Roadhog change because I like that a lot. The fact that they've always like he has the perk where he heals people around him when he uses his inhaler. But I love the fact that you could just do damage on people when you do that. Let me think on DPS actually, because I play a lot of Shara right now, but Shara just has the perk that she can use her dart twice if she manages to kill her target, but I don't feel like that is necessary or impactful enough. The soldier change is way too OP. The fact that he can just...
I love the soldier change.
It's fun, but it's for the game, it's OP. It's just way too strong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't need a buff.
Totally.
Help me out here.
Yeah, no, Torbjorn is not... I like what they did to Reaper, but it's too strong in the way that they did it. Because he does the little Ramatra ult anytime he uses his Fade ability. So anytime he starts running, he basically will keep people off him. But I think it's too strong. From DPS, I really have a... Who did I pick for my video? I don't remember. I know I picked some.
Go watch your video.
Yeah, I need to watch my own video. I'm running through them really quickly. I love what they did with Widow. I don't play Widow at all, as everybody knows that watches my streams. It's a thing. But I love what they did with the mine. I've always felt like Widow's mine was... It helped you to kind of, get an alert or to be, if someone was sneaking up on you, to position it right. That was about it. It's not going to kill something. But then the way they kind of did it now with the creation of that tripwire that does... The tripwire is very obvious. If you pay attention, you're not going to walk into it. But if you do, you're screwed because that thing does 185 damage. So that is like a huge hit. And I like that idea. It gives her something passive on top of everything that she's doing, and anybody trying to sneak up on her is going to pay a price. It will need to be extra careful because it is sometimes easy if you have a Widow to counter her by just, I don't know. The way I counter Widow is by picking Torbjorn because that's the only character I can snipe on. But other people...
Torbjorn, best sniper in the game.
Other people would go Genji, Sombra, just flank her, and then it becomes a little, it tips too fast in the other direction. I think it still needs to be something that you need to keep in mind, be careful. And the tripwire, I found that to be a pretty neat thing. The fact that when she dies, she has that cobweb that she leaves behind is funny. It's nice to look at. It is very on team, but no, that was just...
I'm going to have to play Widow on that mode. Now that you mentioned it, I was like, I also rarely play Widow. I just play Widow in Mystery Heroes. And I hadn't seen those changes. So now I'm very curious to be like, wait, I can make booby traps?
Yeah,
Let's
you can
go.
hold tripwire. If you set two of your mines and they are in line of sight of each other and they're within 15 meters, I think they need to be within 50 meters apart.
That's so cool.
You're going to make a tripwire. Yeah. So if you are kind of somewhere on a balcony and you basically tripwire the door to the room, because it glows really...
You can kill someone.
Yeah, but it glows really strongly. It's like a blue glow that if like a tracer comes in, she might hit it if she just hits around the corner and did not notice it. But if she's coming from a distance, she's going to see it. And then she needs to think about how she's going to approach that. And I like that. I like that you need to kind of, they need to earn you that kill on you. Although your kills are just almost, if you have good aim, almost free. But anyways, I like those kind of, it made for me, like it's something I've always felt from the start with Widow, that the mine was, yeah, I get it. It's like a little burglar alarm, a little sneak alarm. It warns you. Some people don't even notice that. I have had Widows that I sneak up on. I set off the trap and they're still like scoping, going like, excuse me? So yeah, those would be my picks, I guess.
Nice.
It was a fun mode.
I love that they do this.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
glad
been a
they
while,
get
though.
content creators involved. It's cool.
Yeah, but I would never like to be involved. I would never be.
Yeah. Oh God.
No.
That's. I just wanted. Yeah. I wanted to call out something around that because there's like the 4 content creators that got involved. I was a little bit disappointed with the community because I saw people like literally getting angry at these content creators for their decisions to like. Or that, you know, their ideas around their favorite heroes. People were like getting mad at like the ones I saw was like OC was apologizing for like the thoughts they had about, I think it was Widowmaker or something. It's like people were hitting these creators up and complaining. I'm like, can you just calm down and
not play the mode if you
don't arcade mode?
If you don't like it, don't play
it. Oh, maybe like you say, like I wouldn't.
People
do
said
it
just
because,
hate
like,
fun.
The criticism is crazy. Couldn't believe it. Stop that, people.
People hate fun, right?
It's arcade. Calm down.
People are very. How do you say that? If people that have one trick or people that are very passionate about their hero, they think they own the hero. If you know what I mean. Like anything you're trying to change to them, and if it's someone within the community and it's not Blizzard themselves, they feel kind of like they know better than that creator. What does this creator think? Who does he even play? Or do they even play this hero? Yeah, no, but
these people who feel like they own the hero and they have better ideas than everyone else need to go and touch some grass. Like honestly, like Jesus. Yeah, it's like it's a small. It's a small tangent, but it's kind of the same principle. You remember when The Last of Us 2 came out and Laura Bailey, who is one of my favorite voice actresses, played Abby, who in game killed a very loved character. She got so many death threats, and she talked about it. And she had just had a baby, and people were threatening her son. And you're like, what is wrong with the gaming community, guys? She's an actress doing a job, and if you don't like the game, don't play the game. And it's kind of like that was the extreme, but it's the same thing as this. It's like, oh, you made a change to my hero that I don't like. I hate you, and you should apologize. It's like, shut fuck up.
Yeah.
Just like go touch some grass, turn off the computer. You should not be here.
That is definitely an issue. You see it in movies and series too. Like people that play certain characters will get hate for the character that they played and be.
It's make believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are pixels.
Yeah, definitely. That is. I don't even understand how people get to that space in their head where they feel like that is justified. Yeah, that is justified. That their complaint is justified. That their attack on that person is justified. Like this, it's never justified to attack anybody, send death threats, whatever. But just the idea that you think you own something or that you own someone and that is fictitious, whatever. Fictitious.
You got it. You had it.
Yeah, and then I screwed it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That raises a lot of questions actually, but it happens. It definitely happens, and it's kind of sad that as a creator, the one thing that I'm like saying is like I wouldn't if they asked me to do hero changes, I would. Oh my god, it would be all so goofy. It would be all over the place.
Oh my god.
I don't think.
What would you do? What would you guys do?
I would put everyone in summer clothes. What?
Oh look.
Listen, before people come
I had a similar thought. I'd make everyone barefoot. That would be.
See? 2 things. One.
The next community patch is everybody barefoot in Speedos. Like, wait, what are the balancing changes?
Yeah.
There's none.
What balancing changes? It's summer.
Yeah.
Everyone runs in slow motion, and you get close-ups.
You get the Baywatch music playing behind them. Yeah,
Baywatch.
Yeah.
Baywatch. Listen, there is a limit, though. I do not want a Marvel Rival situation. The skins there actually freak me out a little bit in the bad way, not in the fun way. It's just like, I don't want to see so much jiggling. So I'm not advocating for that. But we do have, like, the poolside skins were really cool. Why doesn't everyone have them? So I think that my changes would be like, we would have a new map that the whole map is at the beach.
Which
just
you would
like
completely
not like
ignore.
Paraiso.
You would completely
No,
ignore.
but
You would
not
just-
like Paraiso. It
would
just like
storm
the
out of-
whole map. The point is on the beach. The spawn is at the beach. Everything is at the beach, and everyone would have very tasteful summer skin.
Beach appropriate clothing.
Beach appropriate clothing, flip flops so we can see their toes. Okay, Pog, that's for you.
Thank you.
I might give a couple of people jetpacks just for funsies. And I think the most important change that my mode would have is we would have about between 200 and 300% more voice lines.
That sounds really easy. By the way,
To be
Akira, like,
chatty.
if the spawn room would be in a restaurant, for instance, would the characters have to put on shoes and a shirt anytime they walk into spawn?
No, because it's at the beach. The beach restaurants, they are okay with no shirt, no shoes.
Yeah, I mean, I think Blizzard is definitely listening to this and going like, that sounds easy. We can do that. That is definitely not going to put like
The voice lines are important. Get everyone back in the booth
Get them all
get
back in
me-
the booth.
and get me to line filter them. I know what the people want.
Yeah. She is.
No, for real, we do need a social zone though. We need a zone where people can just like log in and hang out during the lobby and hear voice lines and
Does that work? Does that work in
Show off their
Marvel
skills.
Rivals? I know they have like Times Square.
They got a couple. They've got Times Square and then they've got this beach thing at the moment for summer. And you can go and play little games and
Do people use it? Is it something that is actively used? I have never.
look, I've been
logged in
doing
once.
research this week and yes, they do.
Okay.
It'd have a little bit like a little beach volleyball mini game.
Well, we might get volleyball for summer games coming up, right? We had it before.
Yeah, the Winston volleyball. Yeah.
Winston.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that drives me crazy and not in a good way. But I mean, like as a pre-lobby, because that is a whole last
Yeah.
game that I need to put up with it because
Yeah,
the
more
challenges.
casual.
Yeah, something more casual. Just like we play a little bit of volleyball and then the real game starts and I get to shoot people again. But Pog, what about you? Your change apart from everyone's barefoot.
Oh, I think it was ready. I,
just
think it
like-
was just like barefoot. That's it, guys.
That's it.
That
We're
was
done.
probably enough. Just like I don't know, just things that are silly. I don't know if it needs to have like mechanical changes, but like, you know, just really go hard on the arcade stuff and like have big head mode and some of those things. And I don't know. I like just silly things. I like silly things like, you know, make a health pack and you can get big or small or
Like a Mario mushroom.
if given the opportunity, I'm sure I'd have something more intelligent to say, but I feel like those things take so much work and so much deep thinking about those characters, and I'm just like, make them silly. I don't know if that's-
I think that's a
I
very good
don't-
point. I think it's a very good point. I think if you want to contribute to something like that, you need to look at every single character and think like, okay, what can I do to fuck this up? Make everybody hate this character, and that takes time. That is not something you do on top of just like
Totally.
on a whim, like putting on speedos and have everybody say horny stuff.
I didn't say horny, D. See, you're
We
the
can,
one
we
throwing
can
me under
read
the
between the
bus.
lines. Look,
Man.
There are no lines
we
here.
have seen your TikToks. We know what you're talking about.
Speaking of TikToks, though, it is not obviously everyone knows that we're all content creators here. And one thing that Pog has done that I really, really, really would love to see in the game are the spawn doors. I would love that.
Oh,
Pog made
God.
this whole post about like things that, you know, reimagining the spawn doors. And I think two of them that I loved was like, you have died 20 times. Maybe consider changing on the spawn room, you know? Or like you have held your alt for 5.5 minutes. You know it recharges, right? So this is it. Like I love that. And Pog, I would introduce all of them.
I think the feedback from that post a while back was how passive aggressive I was.
That's
Well,
just it.
they're wrong.
But,
No, they're right, but it's still useful.
No, I have the solution, guys. I have the
I don't know
solution.
if you need that.
We just add this Omnic at the spawn door, and just instead of putting it on the door, that looks like a really red, like Omnic with two really big eyes. And anytime you pass, he says in an Aussie accent, "You know it recharges, right, mate?" Yeah,
We need it.
Yeah, you died 20 times, mate. And I think it's about time you change, right?
Why are we doing this again?
You Aussie too. No, look. That is
It's
the
perfect.
solution.
The accent is perfect.
Thank you. Please. No, I think
I do. I'm sure that Pog would have some great additions because he also put that there are a couple of other posts that I love about making it more wholesome, like tipping your teammates with Overwatch coins. I think yeah, those are great.
This is like
I love
UI
all of those.
stuff. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
that would definitely get some people in trouble. That would definitely.
What
I
about
think
you,
too-
D?
Yeah, too much. Yeah, what about you, D? Come on.
I don't know actually. I had some. What was I thinking earlier? Actually, I had an idea, but it disappeared because I'm old. I think I would definitely lean into the silly too. I think that is just. I would not take things too serious at all. I've like when we're talking about the spawn room. One idea that came back to me was like I think we can do more with the spawn room. You guys know that I hate the souvenirs with a passion. I think they're like the worst cosmetic they've ever made. I've had some really good ideas on how they can use the spawn room to show off all of the souvenirs that you have, and that you can have this little exposition of people's souvenirs, and they can show their most exclusive. But that doesn't really make a game mode, does it?
No.
No, I don't think
It could be a pre-lobby room. One of them could be like playing beach ball. The other one is like, look at my shinies.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, shinies are important. People love to brag about what they own and what they want to own and whatnot, and talk about that. So, no, that is definitely a thing. But if you have to kind of make like a game mode or intervene in a game mode that is, I don't know. I really would need to think about it. Can't think of anything on the top of my head.
Talking about those souvenirs, last year at PAX Australia, our panel, one of the presenters had the idea of World of Warcraft has player housing, right? And thinking about what that would be if Overwatch had player housing, and that would be finally a place where you could showcase all of your souvenirs. It's like the same concept from World of Warcraft and Overwatch. Like, it's an Overwatch style, but you could like put all your souvenirs on a shelf somewhere you could show off.
Yeah. I wouldn't go as far as player housing in Overwatch because it feels like it would be a little random. But yeah, like having a spot where you can show things off, that would definitely. I would kind of like that. That would not
achievements.
Be bad.
Yeah.
But you want one thing that would also be cool. Something. This is not necessarily a game mode, but I feel like the maps would benefit from having more NPCs on there. The maps
that would be fun.
Yeah, they're not empty, but just I know it's a really far-fetched idea that doesn't work in a really competitive setting. But if you had the NPCs running around that start panicking because you're shooting at people, and just like this whole impact that you have of the payload moving, but people cheering as you pass the payload and whatnot, and kind of getting that more involved, that would kind of be cool.
Yeah, the NPCs, like I've seen so many funny things about like a game like Street Fighter that you have, you're fighting in a fruit market. And there was, I think it's a YouTube video, a comedy YouTube video that someone is voicing the characters in the back going like, oh, there they are. They're back at it again. I'm just trying to get my fucking apples. And then, they're destroying the car again. Not that again. It's just like, because the NPCs in Street Fighter are so unmoved about what two people are doing there. They're just there getting their shit. It's like, oh, not that again. Oh, no. It's so funny because I love that idea that you have 10 people shooting at each other in an NPC, because either they're panicking and running away, great, or they're just like, oh, not this again. It's only Tuesday. Come on.
Why does my neighborhood always get picked in the map for? Come on, man. I'm kind of sick and tired of this. I think
great.
They do a great job with the maps to make them feel alive with the sounds and whatnot. But NPCs, and I know they don't do it because NPCs can be distracting. Like you think you're shooting Zenyatta, and it's just like a random NPC that is standing there going like, "Dude, what are you doing? You can't kill me. I'm not." No.
Well, one thing that they could do is, without that being a problem, is having more NPCs in the spawn room, right? Because we have Omnics like that are serving things and talking to us and etc. And I remember that when it was just before Emre came out, you guys were like, we could have a spawn room with his parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
we
right.
could have
yeah.
more. We could have more NPCs in like spawn rooms to have more funny interactions, and that wouldn't affect
Or
the
just,
actual
like,
gameplay.
Just like out of bounds areas, or there's barriers and things that exist in the game. You can't go to.
Like that Shion short that we got to see at some moment. I don't know what was that happened.
Yeah.
There's like a whole bunch of people
bar.
running out of a bar, and you have that kind of effect to have these people that you walk into a bar, and then there's people just
They run away.
You. Yeah, but just watching you sitting there, like, what the hell are you doing, man? What are you doing in here? You need to be outside. That's where the action is.
So, what we silver/gold/plat borderline diamond players are saying is we need to have more distracting things in the map because
Yes. Look, I mean,
that's gonna make our game so
Maybe
great.
focus was already the problem in the first place, so this is just going to make it worse.
I don't know. Look, if you go through one of those maps, the amount of details that are in there that we all completely as a group ignore and do not notice. I mean, I know someone that is Brazilian that has been on Paraíso multiple times and that only recently discovered that there's these gondolas on one of the spawn points that come out of nowhere.
Who's that?
Yeah, I don't know. Very telling that how much attention we actually... I don't think the extra NPCs would disrupt.
Who'd miss a whole gondola in a spawn room?
No, it's even worse than that. There's 2 gondolas. That's even worse. And they are really big.
It's really
They're
big,
like
right?
bus-sized.
Yeah.
Listen, who spawns in a pressure point and looks back? I don't know.
Well, anybody that has this sound on and they hears the clang, clang, clang noise of one of these gondolas just hitting every corner of the building.
I thought it was just Zenyatta falling down.
Yeah, he tends to do that quite often. No, but like NPCs, I think they're a really neat way of telling a story too. Kind of, if you get, let's say in Neon Junction, you get into that second part once you go under the train rails, you have these, the moment you come in there, you see these Hashimoto members just rushing away into corners and whatnot. That would kind of be cool. Like these moments, Marvel Rivals does that to a certain extent on some of the maps. They have like certain characters that will kind of interact with you. Kind of like the guy does in a limo in Hollywood. Once you unlock his limousine, he will start talking to you, but we completely ignore what he says because he's in a freaking car. Most people don't even know that there's someone. Most people don't even realize anymore that is a freaking car that they're moving forward. But to have those kind of moments where you basically enhance the story by placing these characters that will react on a certain mark that you hit. Like you unlocked the payload, you moved the payload to the next checkpoint, that the circumstances of that map was slightly changed with NPCs. That would kind of be cool. The more I talk about it, the more enthusiastic I get.
The more you want it.
Yeah. I mean, look, if anything I can say is that the Overwatch team, when it comes to lore, getting lore into the game, I have made in the last 5 years so many videos on, guys, it's not because you're not doing the PvE that you can't do lore. This is a way to do it. This is a way to do it. They have gone far beyond that. They have done things that I didn't expect them to do. But we have always more stuff that we think could be cool. I mean, I think that kind of deal would actually be pretty nice. And it also, I say it's a distraction, but it worked in PvE. In PvE, you also had the NPCs and you had the enemy targets that you needed to attack. It's all about timing. Having the right characters at the right place at the right moment. That's what it's all about. I think that would be kind of cool. Add more storytelling flavor. But that has nothing to do with the community crafted mode. Although, look, I'm going to be honest, stripping everybody to their boxers also has nothing to do with community crafted mode. So I feel okay with this.
Yeah, no, we rarely stick to the point anyway.
No, that's true. I'm kind of surprised that we didn't talk about the weather yet today. So, but I'm not good. We're just going to move on. We're going to move on.
Don't do it.
No,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
No,
we were doing so well. We were doing so well.
I had to disrupt that. I couldn't close down this podcast if I didn't just be an asshole and throw that in there. But there's the mid-season patch coming out next week, so the community crafted mode is at its end in the last few days. Enjoy it while you can. But then there's more coming after the mid-season update. We know that the summer games are going back. Do you guys ever play those summer game modes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Not very well.
Okay. I never do.
I'll play
I don't
games.
like them.
Oh, yeah, you're
I'm a
self-punishment.
I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
No, I'm a sucker for the challenges. Even if I don't like the cosmetic or the titles or the thing, I'm a completionist. So, for example, with the anima map thing, I didn't want any of the titles. I didn't want any of the cosmetics, but I wanted to complete the map so badly. So it's kind of like that. If they say like, oh, you need to play 6 Lucio balls to get anything, I'm like, okay, bet, let's go. And I suffer through those 6 games. I remember because I did this every year, and I would beg my community and my friends to play with me because then we get to suffer together. It doesn't make that much more enjoyable. But the Lucio ball can be a little bit fun, but there are some people that are way too good at it. And it's
and
the
matchmaking is non-existent. I think they're just like, oh, you wanna torture yourself? Go ahead.
I mean, they used to be competitive mode. They used to have ranked Lucio ball back in the day.
Yeah, they did.
That was the whole thing. Yeah,
that's the thing.
Lucio ball.
Yeah,
and the volleyball is. I hate it. I hate it with a passion, and it makes me want to cry when I have to do it. But I do play it.
Huge endorsement there.
Earlier when you said, and I begged my community, I thought you were going to say, and I begged my therapist to help me with this.
It's a therapy thing. Like this week, I have therapy, and it's actually after Tuesday, so I'll be like, so volleyball is back. Winston volleyball is back.
Ask your therapist about like maybe not having to do things you don't enjoy.
Yeah, that is definitely.
I was like, why do I have to do this?
Making a choice about I don't like this. Maybe I should not do it.
I made a whole point of my life to not do things I want to do anymore, and Akila's like, "Fuck that! When's the volleyball? Bring it on!"
Don't worry, guys. As soon as I solve my daddy issues, that's next on the list.
Okay, great.
That was a little personal, really fast.
No, I love that. Well, do you guys enjoy it?
The daddy issues you have?
I'm just not very good at
really.
it.
Oh, you mean okay? Sorry. No, the Lucio ball. No, I don't even try anymore. And Winston volleyball, I tried that once or twice, and I was like, nope, pass.
I don't even try anymore. It was so real.
I mean, literally, my life. I have made a point. At some point, like I decided, fuck this shit. I've been doing things for other people against my own will because I thought it was going to be helpful and whatnot. Nope, that's over. From now on, I don't do shit anymore. I do not want to do. That's it. And my career, anything. And
I respect that. Yeah. Can't relate, but respect it.
It comes with age, though. It's like at some point you just look back and you're like, do I want to do this again? Like I have throughout my career, I have switched jobs because I get bored really quickly. Quite a few times. And at some point, we're starting to realize I'm not getting bored of the jobs. I'm getting bored of working for people that do not understand what they're doing, that do not understand what the goal is here, that makes shit-ass decisions, and I'm trying to help them, but it's not working. I'm done with that. I just want to do stuff that I enjoy, and I started making content. Not successfully, but I started doing it. So, I mean, it's a work in progress.
Okay, buddy.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that got really personal here. So.
No, I mean it's something.
You're doing great.
I think at some point everybody runs into that thing. I think that's a healthy thing. You need at some point to realize like, this is my life. I'm going to do the shit I want to do. But anyways, I was going.
Listen, in Overwatch, I just want to have all the shinies. in life, I am also past the. They're like, I don't want to do. I am too old for this shit. But in Overwatch, it's just like shiny.
Yeah,
I
it's
will
a little
do
compulsion
it.
of.
It's like the title.
Gotta have it.
Hog should understand this because how many hours did you stream for that title?
That is like I can't do that. I cannot muster the will to put myself through. The same with the drives. People are like, oh, the drives are not that bad. They are. If you're lucky, they're not. But to be fair, that is a gamble I'm not willing to. I'm not willing to take that risk. I just want to play something that I have fun with. Screw you. Yeah. Have fun. Bye-bye. So I do it.
I actually like the drives. I think the main problem that I see people complaining about them is the fact that once they're gone, they're gone. So you put all this work to get this cool cosmetic that you like. And then the thing that I hear the most is people saying, I wish I could equip the ones that I have achieved, and equip or leave it there or choose the one. And I actually see where they're coming from, just from a perspective of it feels like you earned it. You went through this really like difficult weekend. You play the game in the weekend that the Blizzard told you to play the game, and you got the cosmetic, but it's not yours. It's just like it's gone after the season.
You're renting it.
Yeah, so that feels a little bit bad, but I do like the drives. It can be painful, but at the same time, I think it's the time that most of my friends want to do comp, and doing comp as a full stack's a lot more fun.
Yeah, no, I think that is possibly true. My experience has been very different. Every time I tried, I was just like, I just want to kind of yeet my keyboard against the wall, and just so I don't do it anymore.
Just doing it wrong.
Possibly, but that's fine too. I don't care.
Get better friends.
I don't care. Like sometimes I have people coming into my stream. Do you want to get better at the game? I'm like, no. I'm having fun. I'm here to have fun. I want to be the guy that died and went like, I made it to Grandmaster at some point, and then clang. Like, no, there's other stuff in my life I want to achieve.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I don't have
realness.
When I was 16, possibly if you had asked me that question, it would have been different. But now I'm like, no, I just want to have fun. Do I want to get better? No.
I feel that though.
Get better.
Because people go like, oh, you but if you want to get better, like literally, I know people that go into the practice range and then they warm up their aim for a bit, and then they actually do the workshop modes that improve your aim. And genuinely, you will see that your aim gets better so quickly if you do that. But I'm like, this is a hobby. I don't want to train to get good at this, because I could use that time doing something else.
Yeah, if there's anything I want to get better at, there's a lot of other stuff. There's a whole list of things I want to get better at.
Like, how many hours a week do I want to put into training? I already put hours into gaming. It's just, so I feel that. I was like, there was a point that I had to choose, because like with dance, I was like, okay, I can only get to the next level if I start training. Like out of classes, out of socials, I have to actually drill this and etc. And there was a point that I was like, do I want to do this? It is a hobby. I'm just here to have fun. But unlike Overwatch, it was like, well, they're like, we want you to teach. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll train. Fine, I'll practice. I'll put the hours in.
But that is just the thing. That is me saying that is a personal thing. That people ask me, do you want to get better? I'm not even like, if anybody is like, I want to be the best Overwatch player out there, go for it, man. That is your
But you need to put the hours.
Yeah, but if someone makes that choice for themselves to do that, but I'm not dissing anybody that decides to get better at a game. But if they ask me, because they watch my stream, they're like, you're like, I'm always telling people like my aim is shit. Oh, but you can use this and this to improve your aim. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know, but thanks.
But you mistaking me.
Yeah, because that's the thing.
You're mistaking me saying that my aim is shit for me saying I want to improve it. No, my aim is shit, and it's going to be like that for the rest of my Overwatch career.
It is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to put the hours in if you want to improve, and that it's not that we're dissing people who want to improve or who are putting the hours. It's just a decision of, if you want to improve and you want to put the hours, great. We don't want to put the hours.
No.
We just don't.
I mean, I think all four of us, I know Frozen is the same. We enjoy the game. In the sense, we love having fun with it. We love the IP. We love the characters in there. We all have our approaches in the way that we definitely have four very different approaches to the way we approach that casual more thing to it. But there's none of us four, I think, that is like, hey, I would actually like to become a Grandmaster one day or Master. Like, no.
I would love to do that passively. Like, if
without
there
having
is a
to put in the effort. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly. If there's, well, actually, that has already happened. It took many years, but I was hard stuck in bronze for a long time. And I'm not embarrassed, because Overwatch was my first-person shooter, and Overwatch was my first and only mouse and keyboard game. It was steep. The learning curve was steep. So I was in bronze for a long time. And the fact that like now I'm like high plat and I've been to Diamond once. It was nice. But like it means I have improved just by playing it. It's just not at the rate that I'm going to be a pro player any soon.
No, I think we all improve. I've noticed the same thing with myself. I got better at the game, definitely, but not like it's about putting in the extra effort to purposely improve your. No, I don't think any of us are going to do that. I think we'd rather do silly stuff to the spawn doors. We'd love having horny voice lines. In my case, lore, and in Frozen's case, I don't know what Frozen actually would like to do in the game. I think.
In the game, I don't know, but her community likes her bossing them around.
Oh yeah. It's a whole.
I feel like
different.
I'm actively worse at the game. It's kind of crazy. I'm getting help. My next stream, I'm getting someone to give me a little bit of coaching because I have T-ranked so much.
But you know what the thing is? Because we get distracted because
streaming as well. It's a huge factor.
For me too. If I play offline, if I play off stream, I'm always. But even with DPS, I'm always at the top, always getting most kills, always getting all the votes, getting all the play of the games. When I'm on stream, I'm like a freaking toddler that is playing this game for the first time because I'm watching my other screen and going like, oh yeah, that is actually a nice question. Oh yeah, that would be a nice skin. And I love that. I'm not complaining. I love that. I love my community. I love talking. That is the reason that I stream is because I love talking to these people. And the playing is just, it's something to do while we're talking. That's basically it.
It really is. It really is. Playing on stream and playing off stream are two completely different experiences. I think that everyone that I've talked to said, I'm much better than this off stream. And you can tell, like, I'm the same. Like, off stream, I get to keep my mouth shut and just pay attention to the game. On stream, you're trying to, like, you're keeping up with chat, but also there are people in Overwatch chat. And then the other day it was like trying to play a game while talking about why it's important for you never to let someone like diminish your shine and to be yourself and to be a person that you admire because you're stuck with yourself the whole time. And you're having this conversation and people in chat are like, I'm crying. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry. And all of a sudden it's like, yeah, you have 6 stats. It's like, shut up. I'm busy.
I'm giving therapy to my chat. Can you please shut the fuck up?
Honestly.
Me, please.
I actually get really impressed when I manage to do the not bare minimum, but do okay in a match while streaming. Like, if I haven't done worse than the other DPS or the other support while doing all this shit, I'm like, I'm good. This is great.
This is a victory. This is a win. Yeah, no, I have the same thing. I think I had it this week when I was streaming and I said like, oh damn, I'm doing pretty good in Shara. And then I come over like, I don't know how to play Shara. If I'm playing Shara off stream, I'm popping off like crazy. But I was just very surprised by myself in that moment that while I'm streaming and talking about all kinds of bullshit, I was actually getting kills. But yeah, I mean, it is a different. Everybody experiences the game in a very different way, and I understand that people ask me those questions because if you're a streamer, you're kind of front and center, and people kind of want to know: do you have those same ambitions? Is that something that you no pass? But anyways, I don't know how we got from the summer games to this, but it's all good.
Me neither.
It's all good. I mean, the mid-season update is more than the summer games. Also, we're going to there's, like I said earlier, there's supposedly another quick play hacked. I'm very curious to see what that is going to be about. The mythic weapon.
The mythic? Yeah.
Any guesses you guys want to venture?
Mythic weapon or mythic skin or both?
No, there's not going to be a second mythic weapon.
Mythic skin, yeah.
The mythic skin, because I think you guys, I think D, you put me onto it early on, and I'm totally convinced it's going to be Malga for the mythic skin.
Yeah.
Just because of the hints in the battle pass, because people are like, there's no hints in the battle pass, and then there's those weird islandy tree things
that do not
mean
fit,
nothing to anything.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't mean anything.
I think,
and it's like the only one that fits is Malga. I could totally see his mythic being this really like organic, big tree man situation, and they would kind of fit his persona a little bit.
Yeah, so the laughable
thing from like he's from Samoa or something, right?
Yeah, yes, he is.
It's like,
I think I'm wrong.
Island guy.
I think I'm wrong. I think D is right about the Malga, the souvenirs, and you made a video about Malga's place in all of this. I think I'm wrong, but I'm still going to vote for Genji. Just to cover all bases.
Yeah, there is a
Because
second
I
skin
think
for
that-
Genji. Yeah.
Because
stuff,
Genji
right?
makes sense. I think for me, it's just because, like, from a pure statistical level, it's just like Ana got a second mythic skin in the mid-season, and although there were clues on the battle pass for Ana, but like maybe there's something in my mind about like if they're going to release a second mythic skin, it would make sense for them to do in the mid-season because they can go like, but you guys got this one already. So this is just the second one to make people happy. They have confirmed that we're going to have a second Genji mythic, and technically the season is about Tokyo and the Shimada brothers, and that storyline is still ongoing because we haven't actually seen what happened to Toshiro and etc. So even though I think I'm wrong because I don't think I got anything right yet, I'm gonna vote for Genji.
I think theme-wise, if that island creature and that island, floaty island, it would have nothing to do with Tokyo because that felt more like World of Warcraft. It felt more fantasy, but for more not even high fantasy, more like cute fantasy. Like it has a bit of a Pokemon vibe, a bit of Avatar vibe. Like it is in that magic.
Earthy.
Eastern realm. Yeah. Could be. It could be. That is the thing. That's also why I made this whole video about me thinking I have this theory that the next year is not going to be Demon and that it's going to be something that Torbjorn and Effie cooked up. Because that is highly possible with Blizzard. The more they start to point at stuff, the more they start pointing at stuff like it's going to be that, the more of a chance it is that they're bamboozling us. It's when they start to kind of get aloof and kind of, do not give hints that like okay, this should be easier to figure out. That's why Mogo for me feels like they didn't. Well, usually in the battle pass, these hints they also have the name of the hero attached to it. And the last time they even made a mistake where they had Iari and Ana switched up, and that caused a whole kerfuffle. But now there's no names attached to that, and I think they did that on purpose because I think because it's so obvious, and that they didn't want to kind of have us draw that conclusion too fast. They wanted to keep it a bit of a mystery. That is the reason that the names of the characters are not tied in. But we'll see. In 2 days, we're going to know. I don't think there's going to be another mythic weapon. I do think they're going to do that at some point. I think we're going to get season at some point with 2 mythic weapons, but I don't know if this is going to be the one. It's possible. But we'll have to wait and see. What else they're going to be bringing us. I mean, there's about 4 weeks left in that season. We were talking about the lore. Akila was talking about the lore earlier. There's so much going on in the lore. Maybe let's close down with that.
Yeah.
But we still had the story in Tokyo. Yeah, we had the story in Tokyo that is still not... The last thing we saw was Mizuki facing Shion. And we know that they were going to rescue Genji and Toshiro. We have learned from voice lines that are in the game that they possibly did not manage to save Toshiro, but Mizuki says something at a certain point that it was even harder leaving Toshiro behind the second time. I'm still worried that he might actually croak, that he might die, that they might kill him, that he might actually die in this whole thing. And that is going to trigger off a whole bunch of other events, because at that moment, Asa is unleashed, and then they're going to be in the... I think Asa, the mother of Kiriko, should not be underestimated. I think she is a powerhouse that is just being very quiet because she wants to keep her husband alive. But we don't know how that ended. And then this week they just, confirmed what we already knew, but Doomfist is alive.
Doomfist is alive.
Beautifully done.
Yeah, I really liked that short. I want to talk about that short for a little bit because it got me excited as a screenwriter again. Apart from you guys are the best ones to talk about lore and how it sits. But I just wanted to say that when I watched it, I'm not a person who particularly likes Doomfist. I'm not even saying in the game. In the game, I'm like, I hate it. But in the lore, I'm not particularly it's not a character that I particularly like or that I was particularly interested about his story. And the reason why I'm saying this is I thought the short was so beautifully written and performed that it actually made me feel sorry for Doomfist, because they constructed it so well. Like in the short, you get to see his predecessor, and they use very clever storytelling mechanics to, in this very, closed 6.5 minutes of this, they set up his predecessor as a villain, which kind of puts Doomfist as a little bit of a hero. We know he's not that, but what I mean is like the predecessor was the person who like took, made Numbani into a mess, into things went to shit, and he was he was very ruthless and this and this and that, in a way that they don't say this openly, but it kind of, your brain kind of start thinking like, oh, so it's a good thing to take this guy out, right? It's a good thing to put someone else. And his talent was very disorganized, but Doomfist's talents is different. Like there are a lot of kind of little tools that, because they set out this dichotomy, Doomfist is good guy is a stretch. But what I mean is, in this story, you're kind of on his side. And the way, again, that it was performed and etc. At the end, I was almost like, I feel bad for him. I don't want him to be down here. This is not the end of his story. He's paralyzed, he's in pain. And when I noticed like I am feeling bad for Doomfist, is when I went, this is fucking great. Yeah, this is like, I really liked it.
But you've raised a really good point. Think about it. Why do they do this right now? We always know that Doomfist had his morals were, or the reasons why he was doing what he was doing was from a standpoint much like Ramatra, where Ramatra wanted to save Omnics. Doomfist wanted to make humanity stronger to conflict. That was his whole thing. But that is like basically saying, that's like in a way, it's like a kid making an excuse on why he stole the candy. That is the feel that you get. Like, you're still killing thousands of people. You're still kidding. But now with this little piece, what they did is he explicitly said like the senseless violence of his predecessor. He actively distances himself from that type of violence, which is the same type of violence that we see in Vendetta, which is a nice arc. They're kind of pitching his predecessor towards Vendetta. They're kind of lobbing them together. They're kind of making that bridge. They're kind of telling us like, this is not what Doomfist stands for, which makes me think, I have this theory, I made a video about this, that Doomfist is going to meet up with Overwatch soon. It could be happening this season, could be happening next season. They're going to find him. What is going to happen? There's two options here. They put him back in Grimsvotten, although Grimsvotten is actually closed down, supposedly. Or two, we get a Negan situation where he sides with Overwatch. And not necessarily because he's a good guy suddenly, but because their interests are in line and the enemy of your enemy is your friend. And that he is going to be, because what Vendetta is doing is so far away from what his vision is, that he would rather kind of help Overwatch out, taking her down. Because he can't do it by himself, even if Manga is on his side, and even if Shion is going to stab her in the back at some point. I think right now there might be a window. We might be going to a situation where Doomfist is actually on the Overwatch side to deal with Vendetta. And after that, we'll see what happens. Is this going to be full Negan, where he kind of sees the error of his ways and kind of hunts back to a different... I don't think so. I think he's going to go back to his old habits pretty fast. But I think this could be them setting that up, kind of giving us, humanizing him. So we accept him as someone that is fighting on the hero side.
I wonder, I don't know if he'd go back to Overwatch, right? But he might, he's got defectors from Talon that we don't know what they're up to now, like Reaper and Sombra. Who else left?
Widowmaker, Sombra, yeah.
Like he's got allies there that he could possibly reconnect with for another, mission to take them down or something like that, as well as an alternative to Overwatch. I feel like Doomfist and Overwatch is,
I know.
It's a tough sell, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's exactly it. That is exactly it. Why I feel like with everything that they're doing right now is he is actively kind of looking at his predecessor, like Akila said, like a villain, and kind of distancing himself from what that is. When it comes to his allies, look, the only ones I see siding with him, Sombra, I don't see that happening. I think Sombra saw an opportunity, she saw a moment, she saw a way of getting information that she needed. the way that the position of Doomfist right now is not relevant to her. Widow. Widow is just happy that she's kind of, back in the chateau. I don't think she's.
And I guess.
So
and I guess Doomfist is not very. He's very vulnerable. He's not got a lot to offer.
No,
other than knowledge, and yeah.
And they don't have talent anymore. Even if like Maga would side with him, Moira would not, because Moira is having way too much fun with the elixirs and whatnot.
Yeah.
So Maga, I see kind of being a double agent. I think he's actually screwing Shion's Vendetta's plans behind her back. I see Reaper maybe coming back, because as long as Vendetta is in that seat, he runs the risk of getting assassinated. But other than that, that's just 3 or 4 people. Overwatch has a team of 20-25, and they have a difficult time dealing with them. They don't have the troops anymore. They don't have the talent. They don't have the army, so they need help.
It could be a Hannibal situation, like if Overwatch is struggling to understand what Talon's doing. Not exactly that Doomfist would know, but I said Hannibal situation because, the Silence of the Lambs is ish, like, we're trying to get this serial killer. You're a serial killer. You know how these people work. Tell us all about it. It could be kind of like a fact of, you do have knowledge, how, you do roughly know the pre-Vendetta alliances and etc. Like, maybe it could be, I think maybe alliance is a strong word, but maybe like, okay, you're in shit, we are in trouble. Let's make a truce, a very brief truce that we can help each other out or something.
Exactly.
That could be a thing. Yeah.
I'm not saying that he's going to be wearing an Overwatch uniform, that he's going to be joining Overwatch as a member, but I do think he's going to align himself, because they need alliances too. And for now, all we know is the only ones they have is Helix and Mecha.
Yeah.
Depending what happens next season. But Mecha is always going to be on their side. Maybe the Junkers, I don't know what the Junker Queen is up to. I don't think she's really willing to jump on any of these sides. So they need their alliances. They need help. They have a difficult time dealing with Talon as it is. And I think that is a very good point. They might just use him. That is the question. Are they going to imprison him and get the information out of him like they do with Hannibal? I was actually thinking you were talking about...
Maybe they can wheel him out like Hannibal Lecter. Like
yeah,
no,
we already have Doomfist in an Overwatch skin. We might get a Hannibal skin. Sigma has one of those. We might get one for Doomfist.
When you said Hannibal, I was thinking, like, what do you mean? With elephants? They're going to rage in with elephants? But that's a different Hannibal. Sorry, I completely got the wrong reference. But yeah, no, are they going to leave him? Are they going to work like alongside each other without, imprisoning him? Are they going to let him be free? And because he is weak, he fell down a serious chasm. He looked broken, and the only thing that got him to even smirk or sit up a little bit was the idea that he needed to get Vendetta out. That he needed to grab back what the power, or at least the lead in Talon. I'm very curious, but the one storyline is not even finished yet. We're getting Doomfist suddenly meddling in, and then by next season we need to be in a completely different place because there's going to be a new hero, and either it's going to be Demon, and then we need to be in Korea for some reason, or my theory is right.
Or it's not here. Yeah, it's not Demon.
It's not Demon. Yeah. It's whatever Effie and Torbjorn have made, and we're going to get this new wildebeest kind of Numbani. Like, my theory is that it's going to be something mechanical that she steers from a distance. Like, you're going to hear her voice talk over comm. It's more like a distant robot because, you don't want to kill a 13-year-old girl.
It's the way to stop child murder.
Yeah, exactly.
I immediately like this better than just another mecha crew, to be honest with you. I love the idea of something totally different.
Yeah.
Also, having another African hero would be amazing.
There's only Orisa, right? Oh, and Doomfist.
And Doomfist, yeah. But the conversations between Orisa and this new character would be, that by itself would be gold. I know there's going to be, if I'm right, or at least if I'm right that it's not Demon, could be someone completely different still. There's going to be a lot of angry people too. My comments there were a lot of people like, don't even think about it. No, I want to have I've been waiting for Demon for so long. I don't know. I feel
you're going to
Demon is the most boring choice.
Don't do it.
It's the most.
Yeah, I think that
it's so expected.
Yeah, I just think exactly that. We are in a moment in Overwatch that we are getting such fun heroes, and not just fun in terms of gameplay, but fun looking like Xion with a freaking bike. And I think everyone's very excited about the Omnic detective or whatever he is or she is. There are heroes that are like really breaking the mold and taking the story and the game in different directions. To just have another version of Diva with a slightly different toolkit doesn't feel like the right move.
No, it doesn't. I mean, they do fan service, like Jetpack Cat is the result of that, but Jetpack Cat is very different from anything they've done before.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would find this to be the most boring of the options that they have, and it just doesn't connect. Like, if you think about it, like, why would suddenly someone from Mecha get involved? Diva's involved. Mecha is so focused on Henshin. Like, why? Why would that connection be made? And to have someone completely different suddenly, and how genius would that be with everything they've done? Like with the look, when they showed off that silhouette, everybody was like, "Oh, it's going to be Demon." They probably anticipated that we were going to think that. Let's think in the scenario that this is someone different. And then they had the thing in the background. I've looked at this image in the background. There's no conclusive way of saying that is Demon. It could be Demon, but it could also be someone else. But then to remove Demon from Busan.
Yeah.
If you're not planning to release Demon, to remove her from Busan, to remove Beast from Busan, just to get us kind of go deeper into that rabbit hole, so you can yoink us all the complete different way in a few weeks. That is just, I love that. It's
that would be really fun.
Yeah.
I've had a thought, and it's very Korea Demon focus. Okay. Whenever NetEase took over publishing in China, right? Yeah. Overwatch did a whole big push around Chinese skins and China stuff. We're about to get Nexon take over publishing in South Korea at the start of next season.
Oh, yeah.
What better time to introduce a brand new South Korean player for Overwatch? I can see it now.
Yeah.
It's timed perfectly for that situation.
That it's really kind of just on that on a business decision it's a business decision, like literally not.
It could be a business decision by having a Korean player being introduced in season 4 to align with this Korea publishing takeover in Korea.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I know that the podcast is just audio and we don't have a video, but please imagine that GIF of SpongeBob going like capitalism.
Yeah.
The one with the rainbow, please.
Yeah. I mean,
sorry.
Yeah, Pog is right. Pog is right.
The man makes the decisions. We're getting a Korea season. Yeah. It's going to happen.
Pog is right. Capitalism is wrong. We're getting Demon. That's it.
Or maybe it'll just be some out of left field, different Korean tank that isn't part of the mecha squad. Maybe that'll happen.
That would be such a disappointment, though, if it's just like randomly just ding dong, Demon standing at the door, like, what the hell are you doing here? I'm joking. Why?
No, actually, just to be like not expected, they're going to push Demon with all these little hints, and just like when the season comes, it's a South Korean hero in a mech, but it's Devil. Just like,
no.
That's it, guys. Brand new hero.
I have an even worse idea. They're going to make Demon evil. They're going to make her side with Vendetta. That she elopes from Mecha. That she stole the mech. It's not out from maintenance. She just stole the mech and flew it to Rialto, and she's helping out Vendetta just to connect it.
Moira's doing some experiments. They could be,
Oh God!
They've
ruined. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Now we'll see. Yeah. I mean, we're going to get the teasers in just a few weeks because this is a short season. The second half of the season is also going to only last for 4 weeks, or 4 or 5 weeks. I'm not sure. But anyways, by the mid of August, we should know all of this. We're going to be playing this new hero. And then it's going to be one stretch to BlizzCon. Then we're going to be on a huge roller coaster ride with a whole bunch of new information that they're going to hold off for us, and then a month later at BlizzCon, they're just going to unleash everything in one single blow. I'm starting to think like, no, I think episode 200 is not going to be too close to BlizzCon. I don't want to run into risk that we just kind of are at BlizzCon the moment that we're supposed to be doing episode 200. But
do we need to start hinting to podcast listeners about BlizzCon? You should come and we should do something.
Hinting?
I don't know. Come to BlizzCon. Come say hello.
Oh,
We're just saying we're going to be there. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how to hint.
I think the closer we get, we're going to be talking more and more about it. So I think, and I'm going to be pushing it on my channel too, like on the Omnic post and whatnot, that we're going to be there. Oh yeah, by the way, for the listeners of the podcast, I'm going to be doing a stream this Friday for my birthday. And Akila's going to be there. Pog is Pog is going to be there, right? Yeah.
I might have to cancel washing my hair, but I'll probably be there.
Wait, you wash your hair? I never do that.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got some.
Yeah,
By
that
the
might
way,
be the difference.
if you're not listening at release, the Friday that he's mentioning is the 17th of July.
Yeah, exactly.
If you say next Friday and the person is like, wait, what day is it? So if you're around on 17th of July, let's celebrate Dings's birthday.
Very good point. Yeah, we'll I'll talk more about it and I'll share more info in the coming days. So keep an eye out for that. But I think it's time to round up because, we went well over time. This is going to be a long episode. Holy hell.
We had a lot
was really quiet.
We had too much of a gap.
Yeah.
That's on us first.
Yeah, there's even some topics we didn't address. We'll keep those for next. That was it for today. Thank you very much for listening. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, I like that.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Omnic Weekly. A huge thank you to our patrons. You guys are legends. And you too can join the Omnic Post family over on patreon.com/the Omnic Post. Subscribe to this podcast on whatever channel you are listening or watching this episode. You can follow the Omnic Weekly on Instagram and Twitter. For now, however, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Till next time, bye-bye.